Perfect. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, everybody.
Hello. Good
Hello.
morning.
Happy
Well,
Sunday.
happy
This is
Sunday. Yes. We're going to
welcome to
pre-record
Serving
this.
Face in Hill. Look, we're recording this, so it's actually not Sunday. But when you're
Right.
seeing this, it is Sunday. So happy
Right.
Sunday.
Happy
This is number
Sunday.
15 for us, Serving Face in
Yes.
Hills. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. We are
We've been-
pre-recording this because we have pre-weekend plans.
Yes.
And so this is Friday night after Smackdown.
Yes.
So it's about as far as we can go as far as recaps go, but that's almost everything if you really
Right.
think about it.
Yes.
Besides Rampage,
Yep.
hopefully nothing crazy happens on Rampage that we just didn't get to cover. But if not,
Correct.
we'll talk about it next week.
Exactly.
First of all,
Exactly.
it's the end of September, so at Sunday, I guess it'll be October. So happy October, everybody!
Yes.
That's
Happy
crazy.
October. Yep. So
September,
welcome.
like just blew by,
Flew by.
man. Like what happened?
It just flew by. Yes, I don't know what happened. I wasn't ready. It's okay. So for Stephanie, it's nice and warm where she is. I'm so super jealous. But where I am, it is now fall, and it is not fun.
No, it's fall here too, but it's like 80 degrees. So
right, that's okay, Francie.
I see you're wearing a hoodie. Look,
right.
I'm over here in spaghetti straps. Like
I have to be warm over here. Right, like it's the total opposites. Was what's happening right now. So
you
different.
actually
like
have seasons.
I
Our
have
seasons are hot and like 2
hot.
months of cold. That's it. That's all.
2 months of cold. I think I might have to evaluate this and move to Arizona.
December and January are our coldest months.
And
most
what's the
Christmases, we can sit on the patio and eat Christmas dinner. So it's usually like 65, nice,
perfect.
sunny.
Yeah.
But we endure hot summers to have great fall and winters. 100+ degrees every day for 3 months.
And it's
Y'all
like
can
dry,
get through that.
It's dry heat. It's not even like, like
yes.
With us we have like humidity and it's like humid and it's like disgusting. You guys get dry heat.
It's dry. It's still bad, guys. Don't get me wrong. It's just we're not as sweaty because there's not as much humidity. So it is what it is. It feels like a blow dryer in your face. It's basically what it feels like. So
wow, that's a good one. I love that.
That's what it feels like, a blow dryer in your face. All right. Well, I mean, we had an exciting week of wrestling, women's wrestling. So I guess let's just get into it. We're going to start with our news. 2 huge returns since we last spoke to you. And one of them was on Raw. It was Candice LeRae, who just got back from maternity leave.
Wonderful.
And she didn't re-sign with WWE while she was out. So people were speculating for a while, where's she going to go? Where's she going to show up?
Yeah.
I think as soon as number 1 Triple H took over and Stephanie, I kind of assumed she'd be back. But as soon as I saw her husband show up a week or so ago, I kind of knew the writing was on the wall there.
Right.
So I'm glad to see her. She looks amazing, by the way.
She does for having a baby.
Yeah, right. Like these women are just like her, Lacey, Becky, like they just all look. I'm still losing baby weight. And I had my baby 2 years ago almost.
Yeah,
trying to lose the baby weight.
I don't even know how they do it and have like still the willpower to like still be moms and still get fit and still look great and just do everything. Like I was lazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I'm lazy as hell, y'all. I'm lazy. I don't have the discipline that these women have. Like these women are insane. Like, but they're athletes. I'm not an athlete. They have that in like embedded in their brain, and so I wish I had that.
Right.
I'd have to work on it very, very hard. But she looks amazing. I'm happy she's back. Welcome back, Candice.
Welcome back.
She's very curious to see what they do with her.
Yes. And she still has her same attire or like gimmick from when she was in with the Way from NXT.
The Poison Pixie.
Right.
So yeah, it's still her same gimmick. If you ever heard me talk about Candice LeRae, whether it be on Twitter or on here, She one of my frustrating parts with her for me is they always tie her in with her husband. It's always Johnny Gargano's wife, Candice LeRae, and I'm
like, she doesn't have her own identity.
She's better than that.
Yeah,
like I'm sure she's a proud wife. Do not get me wrong, but that's like saying Seth Rollins' wife, Becky. Like it doesn't work, right?
Like
Candice is better than that. So I just want them to kind of keep them apart on screen, at least for a while, until she establishes herself on main roster.
Right.
So I think she could do great things. So I'm curious and excited to see what Triple H does with her.
Right.
She did have a match on Monday. We'll get to that in a second here.
Right.
But there was one other pretty major return if you're talking about women's wrestling. And this is probably one of the women most people consider one of the main parts of the revolution when you're going from divas to the women's titles. Even though she never held the women's title. She held the divas title, but she was still one of the main women who were kind of different from that traditional mold. We know her as Paige on WWE. I might pronounce this wrong. Do not at her. If I get it wrong, please. Saraya.
I think it's Saraya. I believe it's Saraya.
Girl, I apologize if I got that wrong. But anyway, she showed up on AEW.
Great pop. I was there. It was so crazy.
Oh, you did go to that one. I forgot.
Yes, I was there.
How was that live?
It was great live. It was a long event because you did both. So 2 shows, of course.
Oh yeah.
So by the time Rampage came, I was very tired. But just to pop. First of all, when the music came, I was like, "What is that? Who is this? What is happening?" And everyone just started standing up and looking, and not seeing her come out. I was like, my jaw dropped because I'm like, she looked gorgeous. Yes. She looked like what? Like, you know when you get like you have a breakup and then you come out and you like bad bitch alert. That was her.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, it totally makes sense. She looks amazing. I think a lot of people were not expecting that. Number one, her name, Saraya, popped up on the screen, and a lot of people don't know her as that.
Right,
a lot of people in our age group and younger, or even a little bit older, all know her as Paige. Yes, she did have an indie career before WWE, but that was so long ago. And she hasn't wrestled for so long. I think people might forget that.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people were like, "Wait, oh my god, it's her, right?"
And she's not that active on Twitter or whatnot, so it just made it like, oh, okay, like. But the pop was there for her, so yes.
Good. I'm glad. I was surprised. I'm happy for her.
Yes.
I know a lot of people feel indifferent about her, or I should say the person she's dating. Look, that's her personal life. I don't know that man. I know that he's controversial, I guess, or whatever. But
who
look,
is she dating?
Ronnie Radke or something like that. He's a musician, but I guess he's made some homophobic comments, I believe, and some racial comments or something. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I'm not his fan.
Right. We're not
this isn't about him.
Yep.
She's gonna date who the fuck she's gonna date. You can like it or not. It's her personal life. But I am very happy to see her in a ring. I don't know if she's cleared. She has not taken a bump yet. Since she's been in AEW, which has now been 2 shows. But if she's going to be there as a GM or as someone guiding these women, because we all know the women's division over there needs some help.
Yep.
And guidance and structure. If she's there to help with that, whether it be on screen or off screen or both, I'm here for it because she has the knowledge. I think she could help. I think she could.
She should help. I think she would be a great asset to mold that division, if that makes sense.
Yes. No, I agree. So she showed up.
He needs the help there. So clearly, it's definitely needed for her to be there. Excuse me, and to like get things rolling for the women's division. So I
You
hope
need a woman with star power and history and knowledge that can help take this women's division to a different level, because it's bad.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it sounds like from the last Dynamite, she is giving ideas and Tony seems receptive to them. So we'll see. We'll
Right.
get into Dynamite and what happened this week, but yeah, but she's back. Congratulations to Saraya, formerly known as Paige.
Hey.
She is back. So I'm excited to see what she does over there for them. So without pause, let's go ahead and get into Raw this week.
Yep.
Raw actually kicked off with the women.
Yep.
There was a promo, excuse me, between Bianca and Bailey. First of all, I love these two. Like, they just have great
Oh
chemistry.
my God.
They just have great chemistry. So
Since
the way they feed
before
off
the
each other.
pandemic, yes, before, like, this is even before we had like people in the arena. When we had the screens, remember that? God,
Yep,
boys and
the
girls,
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, once upon a time, guys. I don't know if you
I
guys
don't miss
remember.
it. I don't miss the
No, I
Thunderdome.
mean, listen, but we got some
It
good
got us
stuff
through
from.
it.
Right. It got
Yep.
us. It got us through it. We didn't know what was happening during that time, and they did some great stuff during the pandemic.
Yep.
And
And Bailey literally got hurt the week before we got live audiences back. So,
I
and Bailey,
know.
like I said, Bailey is one of the main people that carried us through the pandemic. And
Yep. Yes, you did.
the character work that she did
Yep.
during that time, I was hoping and praying she would bring back what she got back, and she has.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I
Great.
love the
So good.
promo. I love how they feed off each other. And basically, it ended with Bailey issuing a challenge to Bianca at Extreme Rules for the Raw Women's Champion in a ladder match.
Wow. Whew. Whew.
First of all, Extreme Rules in itself looks like the card is insane. Okay, if you really look at all the matches for Extreme Rules right now. But this is actually the first, and I didn't know this until a couple days ago. This is the first one-on-one women's ladder match at a pay-per-view. And so it's history making. The two right people are in it. It doesn't make me a little
They're gonna
nervous that
right.
they were covering Bailey is in a ladder match. Absolutely. But
Yep. Yes.
she knows her stuff. I have a feeling this is going to be one of the contenders for match of the night. So we will see. Right after that, Bianca said, "Well, since I can't have you right now, Bailey, I'll see you at Extreme Rules, but I'll take your girl Io."
Yep.
And get into a match with Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. Great match, like just great match.
They started the show off perfect.
Oh, it was great. And these two, I would love to see a feud with them, with like a trilogy or something. I don't know. They could have gone another 5-10 minutes and I would have been so happy for it.
Yeah. Yep. They
It was a
could have
great match.
actually done it. Yeah, I must say they could have gone longer if they allowed them
Yes.
to. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have been mad at that for Raw. I think that even the crowd wouldn't have been mad at that, to be honest. I think they should have. I think they should could have let them go on a little longer.
I think so too. The crowd was loving it. The crowd was
Yeah.
into it.
You could have left some other things off from the show, and they could have kept on fighting. You understand?
Just saying. Bianca did get the win over Io. Clean. There was no shenanigans or anything. But yeah, we have a match set for Extreme Rules between Bianca and Bailey for the Raw Women's Champion, and it is a ladder match. That is the stip for this match. So I'm excited for that, and I'm sure we'll do some predictions. When is Extreme Rules?
Next is on a week from tomorrow. A week from Saturday.
Oh, so we're not gonna be
so
able
when
to
this is airing, yes, when this airs, it'll be Saturday.
Actually, maybe we have to do some predictions real quick at the end of this show.
Let's
There's only two women's matches, right? Yeah.
Right.
We have to do our prediction. Wow, I didn't realize it was a week away. All right, so
we'll do that at the end. Don't worry.
Also, Nikki ASH was in the ring. She's going through some personal things. As we all do some identity crisis.
Yep. Trying to figure it out.
She's in the ring and they're like, "Oh, she's facing Dewdrop," and we're like,
"No,
her partner."
Right.
What? And then all of a sudden, you see a big purple screen come up. It says the Poison Pixie. Most people on main roster probably do not, or casuals probably don't know who that is.
Right.
But for those of us who do,
I was
like, no. I was like, holy crap. So I got excited. As soon as her name came up, I was like, Candice is here. Candice LeRae comes out, not Dewdrop. And
so good, so happy.
She still got a decent response. Some people did not know who she was, but commentary did a great job of explaining who she was, where she came from, why she's a big deal. And I appreciate that because it's something we didn't get in the Vince era. Was history of people. So
history explanation, like breakdown, like give us like the key notes.
Why does this person matter?
Right. And I'm loving actually the let's give a shout out to the commentators because they have actually been doing so good since the takeover has happened. And I think these last few recent weeks have been so spot on. If that makes
spot
sense.
On. It almost seems natural.
Right.
It doesn't
like
seem like they're being fed lines.
Right.
It seems like they are actually reacting to things themselves and responding themselves.
They're not
and
robots.
They're not robots.
It's
exactly.
Authentic. It's real. Like they are doing it themselves.
So much more authentic, and I am enjoying it so much more. And again, giving the history on Candice LeRae as she entered the ring, and even Nikki Sell, like her face, like she's just like shocked. She's like, "Oh my, it's Candice!" Like even that makes her seem like a bigger deal. So I love that Nikki did that for her. They did have a match. It was a pretty quick one. I think it was just an introduction match for Candice. But they still did some fun spots, some good spots. Candice ended up picking up the win. At the end of the match, you have Nikki in the ring. She rips her mask off, and she's sitting there like this, holding the mask and crying. And
I hope she's going to. We've been saying this for like the longest. I hope this is the she goes back to the crazy insaneness of Nikki. If that's what you were going to say, I'm sorry if I cut you off. But
I was just gonna say I was complaining a bit, I think a couple weeks ago, that it's taking a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of liking it now that they're showing this in steps because it's more realistic. When a person goes through a change in their life, it's not always instant. It's not like right? There's steps to that that breaks people down, that changes them, right?
Yep.
She is slowly changing. She's gotten rid of the cape. She wears a leather jacket.
Yep.
Now the mask has been ripped off, right?
Yep.
So, and this has all been over a period of 2 months, maybe.
Yep.
So I've enjoyed watching what's happening. I am very curious to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I would like for them to do some backstage promos with her, just kind of not talking to her, but her kind of talking to herself. In the locker room, like, what are you doing, Nikki? Like, you know, something like that to kind of help with that character work, because that's kind of the piece Nikki's been missing, is the character work.
Yeah.
Why do we give a shit? Right?
Right.
So anyway, Candice won. She's back. Welcome back, Candice. We're so happy to see you, girl. You look amazing. Nikki, I don't know what you're going through, but we are here for you.
Yes, we're here. Can't wait to see it. Love it.
That was basically it for Raw. I believe Rhea came out with Judgment Day, but she didn't do very much. That was more about Finn this time.
Yeah.
More than anything.
He was more the forefront for that week.
Yeah. Which is fine if they focus on different ones every week. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Correct. I think the week before that was Damien because it was his birthday.
Yep.
So it makes sense, like what they're doing with the crew.
Yeah. So yeah. No, I love it. That was it for Raw. Next we have NXT 2.0. I'll be honest, I did not watch it live. I had to go watch recaps.
I mean, it was.
Did you watch it?
I saw some of it. I saw most of like the women's stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It's NXT 2.0. It's the same stuff. It's Mandy, Toxic Attraction, Wendy Chu and Lash Legend had a great like promo. exchange, which was cool for like the following week, which I can appreciate and like.
Yeah.
What else happened on
Fallon Henley versus Mandy Rose?
Oh, that I missed that part.
From the sounds of it, it was missable. I mean, Fallon's just not. I mean, we all knew Fallon's not a contender for the title at this point. I'm glad she got that shine and that time, but Mandy wrestled circles around her. That's what I was trying to say.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, for the most part.
From what I saw, it was okay match. It got Fallon up there, her name out there, and I think that's the whole point. Right. But Mandy won with her. I think it's kiss of death, Rose of death.
Like a kick, but it's similar to what Kenny Omega
does, right? Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, perfect.
And then she won. Alba Fire showed up on screen and cut a promo on Mandy. Basically saying, I'm coming for you. And I love Alba, first of all. They have a match at Halloween Havoc. But what was really cool is that she started a fire at the end of her promo.
Yes.
And I was like,
kind of like split between the now that part I did see.
Yes. No, I love that.
Which was
great. When there's fire involved.
Yes.
I kind of love that they have wherever Alba goes, she's just able to start fire.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I'm here for it. But the funny part is that like, you know, Toxic Attraction is there, Mandy Rose, and they're like, there's 3 of us and there's only like 2 of you, so now what? And then that's when the fire just like come. I was like, is this House of Dragons? Like, what's happening? Like, I'm like, okay. Like the fire just it's like she's just coming like she's coming on a dragon. It's so like my House of Dragon people knows what I'm talking about. But you know,
I got you.
Okay, so then we here. Okay, great.
I got you.
So it's like, yeah. So she comes in and just like has that fire, and she has the bat is like so badass.
She's so badass. So here's my only problem: they have a match for the title. They have a match for the title, Halloween Havoc, but to me, they haven't done enough to build up Alba.
Yeah, it's for her to like.
See what I'm saying? As a threat, for this title. I want Alba to take this title off of her.
Right.
I know it's not going to happen, but I want it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mandy Rose probably gonna retain.
Yeah.
Next, Sol Ruca. Is it Sol Ruca? Ruca? Whatever. She made her debut versus Amari Miller.
I think you're saying it right though. Listen, don't kill us. We only listen, okay? Don't kill us in the chat, please.
Look, first of all, I'll let y'all know right away. I'm not good at pronouncing names.
Correct.
Even if I've heard it a million times, I mess up names constantly. It's a problem for me my whole life. So again, Ruka, if you're watching by chance,
please forgive us. We're sorry. Yes,
welcome.
We're not listening.
She came from the beach.
We give you like a you know, we give you the
we apologize up front.
Right, there you go. Thank you.
I'm telling you right now, I might have messed it up. And I'm sorry. So Ruka. She came from the beach. She's a surfer. To the ring.
That's it.
It was a match.
That's it. That's what. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing. Steph, please stop trying to find anything else to say. That's it, friend.
She's very athletic. I will say that.
But that's it.
And she won her match, and that's all I'm going to say. Next, we had Nikita Lyons with Zoe Stark. Zoe accompanied her.
Right.
Versus Hayden Carter being accompanied by Katana. Okay, this match was actually much better than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, Nikita is like power, and Cadence is like quickness. And they worked very well off each other.
Yeah, that makes
it. It wasn't. It was still a little sloppy here and there. Do not get me wrong. However, the power of Nikita and the quickness of Cadence, I thought was
right. It worked off each other. They
well
bounced.
together.
Yeah.
Yes. And
you
so I
can see
actually
the
really actually
difference.
enjoyed this.
Yeah, you can see the difference between the two ladies. Of course, one is very like Amazonish, big.
Bootylicious.
Yep, there we go. But Kaden is not far behind either. She's just
She's not. She has
she
a
just
little
reps for
booty.
the
It's fine.
right. I was like she reps for the short little girls. You know.
Okay.
Okay. Hello. So you can see the the difference. That makes sense,
There's
guys.
a
You know what I'm
difference,
trying to say.
but it
Hello.
worked. It
But
actually
it did
worked. I
work.
enjoyed this. I actually enjoyed watching this.
I wish Kaden
I
would have won, but whatever.
Nikita
It
did pick
made
up the win.
it made our like tag champs look weak.
But I think that means the tag champs might be winning at Halloween Havoc when they go against
Oh,
Nikita and Zoe. So we'll
okay,
see.
that makes sense.
We'll
Okay,
see.
cool. All right, I got it.
That was it for NXT 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
We are speeding through these guys because we're recording this. It's late at night.
Well, I
We
don't think
don't
we're
have you
speeding. I
guys
think
here
we're
to chat to live.
right.
So we're just getting through it and letting y'all know how we feel about what happened this week.
Right.
So
I think we're still doing
Dynamite.
great.
Dynamite. I have a lot to say.
Let's
Well, not a
get
lot.
into
I have
it.
things to say. I'm sure Krssi does too. So Saraya came out, was introduced actually in Grandeur. Came out, great pop. Kind of her first promo in the ring since since she
In a while,
returned
yes.
back to AEW. Her first promo in a while in general, between WWE and AEW.
Yeah.
She is noticeably nervous. All right.
Yeah.
The promo wasn't good. I'm just gonna put that. This is me being straight because Krissi's gonna be like, stop fluffing it. The promo wasn't good. All right. However, she's nervous, people. People were giving her shit, of course, on Twitter. And I'm like, look, I couldn't speak in front of a whole stadium full of fans. And this woman's been out of this business in this aspect for a very long time.
Yep.
And she's probably nervous. She's used to speaking to a WWE crowd. She has
So she
never
didn't.
spoken in front of an AEW crowd. Okay. Let's give her some slack. I know people were upset. There was a part in her promo where she said, "Oh, it's so good to have me a boss that finally listens to me." And people were a little butthurt by that.
You know what's funny about that part? Right.
Look, people are like, well, WWE took care of her. And, she said that WWE took so good care of her and they helped her with this and helped her with that. And now she's talking shit. I'm like, first of all, she did not talk shit about WWE. All she said was it's nice to have a boss that listens to her. We all know, as a WWE fan, Vince did not always listen to people. He didn't always accept all pitches, right? So I'm sure over the years, Saraya, Paige, whatever, has pitched stuff to Vince so she could be involved, and he probably shot it down. Because Paige made very clear she would have stayed at WWE had they wanted to keep her.
Yep.
Clearly, someone said, we don't want to keep you. They kept her for a good period of time while she was out injured and she got paid.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she wanted to do stuff. She probably made pitches and they probably shot them down.
All of them.
Hence why they let her go. Because she wasn't on TV for 3 years, 4 years.
But this also is something where you're let go from a job, right? Or like you leave your job to go to a new job because you're not happy at your job. So now you're happy with your new job. So it's the same scenario. It's like real life people. It's like she feels like she finally has a place where she's being heard. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing people wrong need to understand
we don't know what happened in the background with Paige and them. Yep. We don't know what she's pitched to them or asked for and they shot down. Yep. We don't know. And she said boss. One person. So I'm assuming she is talking about Vince. I think we all are assuming she's talking about Vince.
Yep.
We all know that Tony Khan, for the most part, has listened to a lot of his talent. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing that's up for your judgment. Right. But he does, especially with the women's division. I'm sure she was like, "Look, you need to do something different." because what you're doing ain't working. And we all know Tony could give a shit. Yep. So if there's someone who gives a shit and he's like, okay, let's try it your way then, right?
Yeah, yep.
Just people chill. She didn't say fuck WWE. She didn't say that. Like, calm down.
But it's the marks for me that just like always twist every person's words and just like have their own narrative, and that's not even the case. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you don't know what this person has gone through. You don't know what she experienced. She's just telling you her side. And from what
she didn't even tell her side. All she said was, I like the fact that I have a boss that listens to me.
Right.
That's all she said. That's it.
Yeah.
And people took that and just said, oh, she's talking shit about WWE. No. She said she's happy that she has a boss that listens to her.
Right,
anyway.
But that's what it is.
The promo wasn't that great. It wasn't hitting with the audience. The audience was sitting there stone cold dead. And then she goes, fuck it, let's bring out all the women. And then 4 people came out. And I was like, what?
And I know they got more than 4 women in that division. Like,
so I will say part this. It didn't hit because it's weird that only 4 women came out. Which is like, bring out all the women. To me, it would have been impactful to see the whole AEW women's division, because a lot of fucking people don't see them because they're on Dark.
Yep.
So it would have been nice to see everybody, so people could be like, oh shit, I forgot she's with AEW. Oh yeah. Right? And it would have been nice because she started with, let me introduce everybody.
Right.
She talked about Toni Storm and then got cut off. And I'm like, I understand we don't have all night, but it would have been nice to get some introductions or just names or whatever, because the women's division hasn't had that type of shine.
Like, give her a chance. Who don't give a shit. Yeah. They could have done so much with the segment. I feel like it wasn't guided the right way. And like you said, you could have had, I know we have more than 4 ladies there for a fact.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt this week for that, because there is a hurricane. Right. And a lot of those wrestlers live in Florida.
Yes.
And so I'm going to assume maybe a lot of them couldn't make it in. If that's not the case,
right.
You shouldn't have said all the women in AEW. She should have said, here's some of the talent from AEW's women's division.
Right.
Because there were a lot of noticeable people missing from that segment. But anyway, so she brings out Toni Storm, Willow Nightingale, Madison Rain, Sky Blue, and Athena. Hi, Willow.
Yes. We heart you. We love you.
Willow, Madison Rain, Sky Blue, and Athena. They all look great. They were all in the ring. She props up Toni as champ. So she's the best women's champ that AEW ever had. And she got booed. It was weird. Mostly probably because Toni's only been champ for 2 weeks.
Well, yeah.
So you can't really say that. I'm assuming most people probably would say, if you're going to pick the best AEW women's champion right now, or so far, I would assume people will pick Britt.
Right.
She had the longest reign, the most impactful probably so far. I don't know. Anyway, so she's propping up Toni, and all of a sudden, Britt Baker comes out with Rebel, Jamie Hayter, and Penelope Ford. And Britt and Saraya start getting into a little promo back and forth. Again, it didn't hit well. The disses, I guess you want to call them, shots, weird. Yeah. She's talking about her name and her. Obviously we knew the neck diss was coming. Eventually, it took 1 week. But I had, my neck was able to hold up the women's division. I can't say the same for yours, or whatever Britt said. And then, Saraya's like, oh, you're talking about my name. Well, your name rhymes with shit. And everyone's like, crickets. And I'm just like, oh. And
it just got worse. It really
just started looking around the audience to see if people were like, laughing at it, and I'm like, this is so weird. I was like, what is happening right now?
It was cringing. I wanted to hide for her. I was like, they didn't do. I don't know. Someone dropped the ball for this particular segment, and I'm very disappointed. Because of that part.
I have some positives though. You know how I am.
Yeah, you try to find the brighter thing. So go ahead, friend.
Let me get there. So then, after this weird ass promo back and forth, Britt's like, "Yeah, well, Tony, I got blah 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 blue blue," and then she's like, "Bring out Serena Deeb," and Serena Deeb comes out, Selena Deeb, and then her and Tony just have a match for the title right now, and the Saraya says, "And it's gonna be a lumberjack match," and everyone's like, "What?" And then there's a that's literally what happened. Everyone's like, "What?" And I was like, "This is horrible acting." Anyway,
is this the positive part? Because I'm waiting.
No, I'm getting there. And so
okay.
then Tony and Serena have actually a good match.
Yes.
However,
that part,
Jamie Hayter is the most over woman that was out there, and they don't focus on her.
Girl,
I'm sorry. They did have. They don't give her time to speak or anything. Britt had the mic the whole time, and I'm like, they're chanting Hayter, Jamie, or whatever they're chanting for Jamie Hayter, and I'm like, how are we not capitalizing on this right now?
Yeah,
like this woman is naturally over, and you're not capitalizing on it at all. They kind of just dropped the thing a bit between her and Britt, and I'm like, and so y'all are just cool again? Like, it's just what?
Right, that's the part is actually like, okay, so you were mad at her, and then now you're not mad at her, so you guys are cool, but you're more over than her, and they still didn't give you.
They still wouldn't give her the mic.
The mic, because I promise you, I don't even remember what she sounds like.
I think I've heard her speak twice. I don't know. So the lumberjack match is happening. It's actually a decent match between her and Deeb. No shocker, right?
Deebs is always going to deliver for sure.
Deeb's she always delivers.
Storm too, but Deebs is just,
she's just great. She's just great. And so on the outside, all of a sudden, Willow Nightingale and Jamie Hayter get into it, start pounding fists, and the audience woke the fuck up all of a sudden, and they're more excited about this little squabble going on between Jamie Hayter and Willow on the outside than they are the fucking match in the ring. And I'm like,
you know why that was, but I'm not even gonna say it.
Well,
yep.
Anyway, so they run off, beating each other up to the back, leaving all the other lumberjacks out there. Toni Storm hits, I think her finisher as a pile driver from the second rope, the second turnbuckle. And so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, just to make sure you put Deeb away, right? Pins her. Toni Storm gets the win. The faces all run in there, congratulating her. And, Britt and Saraya's up on top. I'm sorry, Saraya was on commentary for this match, by the way. And, yeah, so that's it. Here's the positives.
Oh, okay. Now, okay.
I try not to be negative, right? I try my hardest. But the promo was bad. It did not hit the way it was. The audience could give a shit about the women's division because of how Tony Khan has booked them. And so it just isn't hitting right. Saraya was very nervous. So her promo just didn't flow the way it should have. However, this is the most time I have seen these women get in months.
Okay,
this is the first time I've seen multiple women from the division involved in a match. And on screen, right? It's a very WWE model, but it gets people seen. Not only that, but while the match was going on, you had other rivalries building. You now have Willow Nightingale versus Jamie Hayter, I think, on Rampage tonight.
That is what happened on
Friday.
Rampage. Yes.
In case we didn't tell you, we did tell you. In case you didn't remember, it is Friday. So I'm not watching that match live because we are recording this. I will watch it after. But then they made a match between Willow Nightingale and Jamie Hayter. And I'm like, I've never seen AEW do this with the women. So you're telling me there's a match going on. You have some heat promo between Britt and Saraya. You have another rivalry building on the outside between Willow Nightingale and Jamie Hayter. And this is the most women we've seen on screen for a lengthy period of time in AEW, like ever.
Yep. Sure.
There are positives. Was it good? Not really. Was it great? Definitely not. It needs improvement, but it is a start. And that's why that's all I ever asked for with AEW with their women. Try. Do something. Anything. Make an effort. This was definitely an E for effort category.
Yeah.
But they tried something and did it. And I am very happy for that. So it makes me more excited to see what this does and how they grow. And I feel like Saraya is a big part of that because she said it was her idea for the lumberjack match.
Okay, great.
This was the first lumberjack match for the women's division in AEW.
True.
So,
question for you. Yeah. Do you think for Saraya, for her to have trouble with the promo, do you think it would have been maybe a little bit easier if she was out there being interviewed by like Tony Schiavone or like another woman to help her or like make the things maybe flow a little bit better, do you think?
I think it would have helped her nerves. But I think the way they're trying to present her, they already deemed her the face of the women's division.
Like an ambassador, like she's like
within a week of her being there. They've already deemed her a legend, right?
Yeah.
I saw someone comment on this, and it's a good point. They're like, people need to like act like you never knew Paige.
Right.
Why is this woman the face of the women's division all of a sudden? Why is she important? Why is she making matches? Why is Tony Khan listening to her? Act like people don't know what the fuck this person is. We just talked about this. Commentary, explain who Candice LeRae was.
Yeah. Yeah.
In detail.
Yeah.
You need to
give a breakdown.
People why this person is such a big deal to women's wrestling. Why is she the face of the women's division? She just got here. Why isn't it Britt? I don't understand. Why isn't it Toni Storm? You have to explain those things to people like they're 5-year-olds because not everyone follows wrestling the way that we do, right? You might have heard of Paige, but you haven't seen her in so long. You're gonna be like, "Oh, that's who that. Oh, I remember now." Right?
And they're probably like, "Why is her name Saraya? Like, why did she not use the Paige name?" It was like they're probably so confused and don't know what like to get like the casual fans that's like in and out of watching it. Just like, "Oh, look who's back" or whatever, you know, like.
And I hate to say this, do not get offended if you're an AEW fan, but AEW fans have been kind of shown that women's wrestling is kind of a back burner thing. You saw the audience completely fucking flat during the whole segment. Because all of a sudden the women are getting all this time and they're on TV and they're like, huh.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to think about it. So they'll get there, I'm hoping, with this guidance, with Saraya's help. However, that was my positives. It wasn't great. They definitely need a lot of improvement. But fuck, they at least tried something.
You gotta start. You gotta start somewhere. It was right. You have to give it some type of like. Okay, and like she said, it was her idea to do. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's try this out and see how it works. So that means maybe we'll have more lumberjack matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, or we have like different like types of matches where the women can be all involved, if that makes sense.
A women's like
I don't know,
elimination match, an actual women's like Rumble. Like you have to try different things because it lets people know you give a shit about what you're putting on TV. When you don't give a shit and the women are segregated to the back, relegated to the back with the interview with Tony Schiavone, that tells me you don't really care. They're not even in the ring. Okay. Anyway, that was it for Dynamite. for the women. Again, E for effort. They are trying something new. They did some things. I'm excited to see if this branches out 2 more and gets better and it continues to improve. Like, where was Jade? How is Jade not in that lineup? Sorry.
Where was her in the
Anyway,
baddies? You know,
Nyla,
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. She has a belt.
Ruby,
Sheeta. Sheeta. Yep. All these women. Vicky.
Anyway.
Vicky. Where's Vicky? She's
Abaddon.
one of like Abaddon. Oh my
Vicky.
God, Abaddon.
None of those women were out there. I'm like, what? Anyway, SmackDown. What? Again, we were recording this on Friday after SmackDown, so we just got done watching it not too long ago. It is fresh in our minds. So SmackDown had a match between Natalya, the Boat, versus Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet. They have history. We all know their history.
Yep.
They are great friends, but on screen they are frenemies. And Natty wanted redemption because she feels like because she wrestled Ronda at Money in the Bank, she weakened Ronda and helped Liv win that title. So she had some things to say about that. So she had a match with Ronda. Ronda won. No shocker. Liv came out. They had a whole big brawl. I don't know. It made me more excited for this match. Their stipulation, it is an Extreme Rules match. I think this is what this match needs because
it needs something. Because right now I'm like, meh. As my good friend Steve and I would do.
The thing with Liv last week, we didn't really talk about it, but with Lacey, it kind of, I don't know, made her seem more heel.
Right. And then I was like,
because she kept attacking Lacey after the match. And I'm like, you're a face? I guess they're trying to make her more tough and badass, maybe.
I think so. I guess she got to figure out like what she's going to be now because of what Ronda is or whatever. Like you said, who is Liv? Like, what is Liv? Like, what is her character? So we're trying to figure that part out. I know who can't figure out who their character is, which is Lacey Evans. I know that.
I don't give a shit what Lacey is as long as she is heel. All right. Don't ever in your lives. There are people you just don't make face. Lacey Evans, Charlotte freaking Flair.
Yep.
Is there any other ones in the women's division that shouldn't be face? You know, I really enjoy a heel Rhea.
Rhea, Shayna Baszler, heel. Nothing else.
Yes.
Nothing
Shayna
else.
Hill.
I even like
Ronda, not face or heel. I just want her to be a badass in the middle, just doing whatever the fuck she wants, please.
Even Raquel. Raquel was great as a heel.
I need them to make Raquel heel. I know she debuted as a face on main roster.
Yeah,
the smiling shit just isn't working for me.
It's not. It's throwing the garbage. Nope.
I'm like, what? What?
Horrible.
No, honey. I actually like Natalya Hill. I hope they keep her.
Love it. No, yeah, Natalya needs to be a heel because she's just funny. She gives great work when she's that way. Like she's just the boat.
She's cocky. She's just a fun heel. I seen her stay heel. Anyway, so they had a whole brawl. They separated them. This whole thing and
blah blah blah.
Extreme Rules match coming next Saturday. And we'll do a quick prediction here right at the end. Since we're done talking about SmackDown.
No, we have one more match. Oh yeah,
we have one more match. Yeah. We had Shotzi Blackheart versus Bayley, and guess who else made their return?
We've been asking for it, and guess what?
The Tank.
The Tank got back. Woo woo woo! Thank you, Papa H. Papa.
I'm so happy. Like they should never take it away. They better capitalize on this. I want Tank toys. I want a Tank Power Wheel.
I want the helmet.
Tank bobbleheads. I want Tank squeegees. I want.
Can we just say how great Shotzi looked though when she was standing doing her promo?
She's so fucking pretty.
Oh my god,
she's so gorgeous.
I'm
glad she got TV time. The match with her and Bayley was great.
Great.
Bayley actually gave her time. So one thing Bayley is so fucking good at, Sasha is too. So is Becky. They are just so fucking good at elevating people. on the other side of the ring, whether they win or fucking lose. And it's like Bayley, especially, she's just really
Bayley's
good.
the main one. Bayley is like the number one person.
She just makes other people fucking shine in that ring, even though she won. So she won the match, obviously. But Shotzi looked like $1 million, and it's because not only because of Shotzi, but the other person that's on the other side. Bayley just does that for people, and I'm just so glad she's back, man. She's just so good, and her character work, all of it. But so they had a really good match. After the match, Bayley did win with the Rose Plant. She continues to be. Oh
God, it's okay. You got too excited.
She continues to beat up on Shotzi. And so she's just kind of taking her out and
brings a ladder.
Gets a ladder in the ring, and everyone's like, no, stop it. And as she was about to slam the ladder on Shotzi, all of a sudden,
music hits.
Bianca Belair's music hits, and I popped. And I'm so used to her being on Raw. I actually tweeted, Bianca's here, and I put hashtag WWE Raw.
You know why? Because you review that show. That's why. So yeah,
I do. And instead of hashtag Smackdown, because I'm not used to seeing Bianca on Smackdown anymore. So I just,
which was great to see.
It's really nice to see her. I'll be honest. I love all the crossovers personally. I love seeing the stars being able, when the storyline makes sense for them to be on the other show. I love it. It makes sense to me. It made total sense for Bianca to show up, save Shotzi from getting completely smashed and destroyed with a ladder. While Bianca's saving her, she bends down to help her. All of a sudden, Bayley comes in and attacks Bianca. And so we're like, oh no, like, so she's about to slam her into the ladder. All of a sudden, Bianca picks Bayley up in the KOD position, and then Bayley, scrambles off before she can slam her into the ladder.
Yep.
And it just made me that much more excited for their ladder match. Because
it's gonna be good.
They have great chemistry. I love that Bianca showed up. I don't know why. I do. And yeah, that's how SmackDown ended for the women. Yeah, great show for the women. Great time for the women. They all had time.
They had time, yes. Promos time, yes.
The promo time, and it was good matches. They were good matches, both of them. So that was it for SmackDown.
Yep.
However, I think we need to go ahead and do some predictions for Extreme Rules, because by the time we are back with you guys, Extreme Rules would have happened.
Already, right? Yes.
So we do have 2 women's matches right now on Extreme Rules. We have Bayley versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship in a ladder match. I don't know. Who do you think is going to win?
I'm going with Bianca. I don't know if it's Bayley's time yet. I feel like it's going to happen something bigger or more shock worthy. I don't think it will be at this pay-per-view as of yet, if that makes sense. But I know they're going to give us a hell of a between those two. Oh my God, they're going to. I hope they open the show. To be honest,
I want them to open because I feel like who's going to close? I feel like Seth could close. Ooh, actually, they might be able to close. The card is pretty stacked, but I think they could actually close. Like, it's a big enough deal match. It's Bayley's first pay-per-view singles match. So
then let Ronda and Liv open. Open. Let the women open and close. No, you're not seeing it. Okay, all right. I thought that was kind of like a
Ronda
big deal.
Needs to be in the middle. That's where they need to be.
Oh, so what you're saying, that's the bathroom break. Got it. There we go.
Well, it's an Extreme Rules match. So they're going to be doing all sorts of things, and you don't want all that stuff destroyed at the very beginning of the show.
Why not?
You need to wake people back up right in the middle. So I feel like the Extreme Rules match should be in the middle.
Okay, I guess.
Right?
Okay.
I could just be making all this up. Anyway, I think Bianca Belair is going to retain as well. I don't know if Io and Dakota will try and get involved.
Yeah.
I feel like if someone was going to turn on Bianca, this would be the time. And I feel like it would be Alexa.
Alexa, and she's gonna go with them, and she's just gonna be bad.
I think she either might join Damage Control.
Yeah.
Because if you really think about Alexa, they keep making comments about, or Bailey actually said it, you're a shell of the old Alexa Bliss, of who you used to be. Like, they keep bringing up the fact she's just not the same anymore.
Yeah.
Or as good as she was. And Damage Control's whole thing is controlling their narrative and, like,
doing their own,
control of the division and regaining control of their power, right? And I feel like that's what Alexa needs.
But do you see her in a group though? I feel like she's like a loner, if that makes sense.
Girl, she needs to fucking do something.
Well, yeah.
I'll be honest. The faction with Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa is not fucking working for me at all. At all. Like, I love the three of them for three different reasons, but together, I'm like, no.
You don't. You're not connecting. You're not clicking with it. It's not working for you.
It's just not working for me. Asuka should be doing a lot more to me.
Yeah.
She's just kind of standing there on the side, and I'm like,
not saying anything. Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Asuka just having fun, to be honest.
Bianca, I think, will retain. I think there will be some shenanigans, but I think in the end, Bianca retains. So,
yeah.
We shall see. The other match on the card is Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship in an Extreme Rules match, which means anything goes.
Yep.
Who wins? Can Ronda take another loss?
Does
Charlotte show up? Does Shayna get involved? Charlotte has to come back at some point.
I feel like Ronda has to win this match, if it makes sense. I'm not saying that I want her to win. I feel like for her character to be like taken seriously, I feel like she should be the winner.
If they're trying to build to a Mania match between her and Bex, or her and anybody, she has to be built up as that badass again.
Like, make her snap, like make her go crazy, and make her win this way.
I think I would be completely okay at this point with Liv dropping the title.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it too. I definitely feel like if Ronda doesn't win, then what is the point? Why do we have her here?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, because right now, like, put her with get her a mouthpiece and like make her just like be so nasty and like make her badass. Get her a faction and call it a damn day. Like, stop with the damn trainer wheels. Take the trainer wheels off and ride that damn bike and let's go.
I would love to see a faction with Ronda, Shayna, and Sonya.
Yeah,
I would love to see it.
I think it would be great. They're all badasses. I think they're all great. Well, not Ronda, but you know what I mean. I think it would be a great thing for them to be together.
I think when Ronda stays in her lane, she's very good. When they try to overscript her, when they try to force her to do things that aren't mat work, I think it just doesn't work. It doesn't hit. She needs to just be the rebel badass self that she is. Like, trying to give her a character, it does not work. She can't. She needs to be her. Whether you love her or hate her, she needs to be her.
So, with that being said, this match has to make her snap and lose her shit, and then she's going to, like, obliterate. I don't know if that's a word or not. Obliterate, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but like, okay, so make her like almost kill Liv and Shayna, and then like they be badass. They need that for Raw. I think they need some type of like over on. I mean, not Raw. I mean on SmackDown, if that makes sense.
SmackDown needs that. SmackDown
they
needs
need
that.
That.
We're going into Survivor Series. There's going to be a fucking War Games match. You need that next level.
You need that next level, like, heels. You need those heels. We want the bad guys to win. Yes, we want to see the bad. Listen, everyone loves the heels. Like, let's just come on. Face heels.
They're not to love. Correct. So I believe if I was to say, okay, I think Ronda's gonna win.
Yeah.
I think Ronda wins. Yeah.
Make me see why she needs to win. You know what I'm saying? Make this happen.
I think so. If you think about what happened with her, she won the Rumble. She won the title at WrestleMania. No, she won the title at Backlash.
Yeah.
Not WrestleMania, excuse me. And her character had no direction, and she was kind of getting booed out of the ring. And instead, they were like, "Let's drop it to someone that the fans like." I think the point of that was to help Ronda find her groove, because if you think about it, that happened with Triple H, her dropping that title. So what happened Money in the Bank? I guess Vince was still there. Actually, Vince was still there. Either way, I think they realized Ronda wasn't ready to be the champ. Does that make sense? Because I think we talked about over and over again, she came back different. Like, she wasn't the same badass she was
She's
when
still not to me, to be
she
honest.
first debuted. She's still not. It's not.
But
But to me, it's clicking more now that they're not scripting her and overly booking her. I feel like it's much
throwing her in
more.
our
It's
face,
clicking a little better.
right.
So
So
I
you
think they
make her
needed
a
her to
badass.
find whatever
Yep.
that was before they made her champ again. Because they're like, you're not working as champ right now, so let someone else do it while you're trying to find your way here, if that makes sense. So we'll see. I think Ronda's gonna win. I think Bianca will retain. And I think Extreme Rules is gonna be really good. I don't know if we see some returns. We have Charlotte out, we have Becky out, we have Zelina out, we have Carmella out. So we have a lot of women out right now that could Sasha, Naomi. We have a lot of women out right now that could potentially come back. I don't know. Just a quick bit of news. It's not really news, but just maybe important to note. Sasha Banks changed all of her ats on all of her socials to Mercedes Varnado. It no longer says Sasha Banks WWE on anything.
Listen,
is she trolling people? Is she coming back? Is she not?
She having a time. You know the thing. The meme is that we had a time last night. She is having a time of her life right now. She's enjoying.
She's on every red carpet.
She's on
photo shoots, magazines,
shoots, runways. Like, she is out here working, wrestling.
She's getting her name out there. Her name, Mercedes. She's getting her name out there, and so I'm assuming also, that's probably why she changed her ads.
Naomi's not far behind either.
She's being booked under Mercedes Varnado with all these things. So, just saying.
Naomi's not far behind.
Right. Just saying. That's it for this week's Serving Face and Hills. Like I said, we were recording this during Rampage, so we did not see it live. So if anything significant obviously happens, we will cover it next week. But I'm assuming we'll do an Extreme Rules like review. Maybe, I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Either way,
probably because it's on a Saturday, so we'll probably be an airing in our time slot, and we'll probably do like a roundtable type of spiel or whatever.
I love those. I love pay-per-view roundtables. So either way, we will be back next Sunday, whether it's to talk about just the women's wrestling or a roundtable for Extreme Rules. We'll let you know. But thank you so much for joining us for episode 15 of Serving Face and Hills. Happy Sunday. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yes,
Miss Krssi, where can they find you, ma'am?
Well, they can find me. I'm the sensation, Miss Krssi Love. You can find me here on our page every Saturday at 11:05 a.m. where we do True Hill Heat. I will be back with you guys again. I was gone for a little while, but I'm back again, like Little Kim. But other than that, you can find me on Twitter, IG, and Facebook. Twitter is True Hill Krssi Love. Facebook and IG is Krssi Love _1. And just on my plain name, which is just Crystal Lynch. And for Miss Stephanie, my dear, where can the lovely people?
Whoa. Hi guys. You can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Hypes, on Instagram at Stephanie Hypes with 2 S's at the end. And you can find me right here on Serving Facing Hills or the True Hill Heat channel, whichever show I'm doing at the time, doesn't matter, but you can find me here almost every week. Obviously life happens. Sometimes we don't do episodes. I'll be honest, my birthday was last weekend. I was a little tipsy and hungover. We did not do the show. My apologies. But thank you so much, you guys. You can find us, hit us up, talk to us, ask us questions. We'll answer questions during our show. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I don't know where Krssi went. I don't know if she's still there. There she is.
Krssi. Yeah, I had to give you a shine. Don't apologize for enjoying your birthday. It's a holiday. You have to enjoy your birthday.
I did.
It is okay.
I enjoyed a little too much.
You listen. Never. You can never drink a little bit too much. It's a celebration. It's a holiday. I love birthdays. That's how I feel about birthdays. You shouldn't work on your birthday. You should be enjoying it. It's another year. You should be thankful. That's how I feel. So don't ever say yeah.
Yes, I had a lot of fun last weekend. That's why we did not do our show on Sunday. I apologize. But glad to be back this week. Please leave your comments for us on this episode. Obviously we love reading them. We weren't live this week to chat with you, but we'll still read your comments that you leave on today. Sunday. Today. And just have a good rest of your day. And we will see you next week. Thank you for joining Serving Facing Hills.
Enjoy.